What's up, everyone? Thank you for listening. This is episode one, numero uno of Pixel Pulse. My name is Justin Muslimi, and with me, and who will be with me, hence going forward, my co-host, my good friend Kyle Olson. Kyle, how are you, man?
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm doing great. I've been looking forward to recording this podcast with you for some time. Talk about video games and things that we love and enjoy. So let's do it.
Yeah, man. We love pixels, so that's always a plus. It's I know I just asked you how you're doing right before this recording, but it's doesn't hurt to ask you again. But I'm glad you're doing well, man. It's good to see you, Kyle. It's really good to see you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's good to be here. I've been keeping my finger on the pulse of the Pixel world for a little bit. Maybe not as closely as you have, but I know we've got some things to talk about as far as upcoming games for the new year 2026, what we're excited about, what we're playing, and yeah, can't wait to share. I think my forehead actually tells you a little bit about what I've been playing recently. So
Yeah, a little VR gaming, PSVR 2. How's that going, man?
I get motion sick really easy. So I have been I played Synth Riders for the second time ever yesterday, and I tested out just like going straight, and that was fine. And then I tested out the spinny thing where like the shapes come at you from different angles, and that was fine
Yeah.
too. And then I tried the like spiral, and as soon as the room started to shift, it got like 3 degrees to one side. I closed my eyes and I ripped the thing off of me, and I had to stop the game
I
because
can't do
I
any
was
more
ready.
of this. Yeah.
I was like 5 seconds into it. I was ready to puke my brains out.
Oh man, it was free on Plus. Well, I think for premium members only, but it was free, and I never did give it a shot. So I always kind of wondered how it was compared to like Beat Saber. I played a lot of Beat Saber, and
Yeah,
that's a lot of fun. But I
yeah.
kind of always wondered about synth riders. I kind of was curious about how the music was. The song choice. I wasn't sure if it was good or not. But
It's pretty good. I've been really enjoying it. The biggest difference for me is that you're using your hands left and right and colors to touch the different shapes that are coming at you, and there's not really like a direction that you have to slice them like Beat Saber, because Beat Saber will tell you, slice up, slice down, left and
right,
right,
left, right. Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, and it'll have the different obstacles. Otherwise, they're pretty similar. I don't have any of the music packs. I just have like the standard music pack, and I just hit random, and I've been liking it. But I learned my lesson: don't rotate the screen, or else vomiting will be induced. But it's been no, it's been a lot of fun. I've liked that. I've liked um, Pistol Whip, just mostly games that move for me, so I don't have to worry about moving around. At least right now, while I'm getting my VR legs on me.
Yeah, yeah. For those of you who don't know, and well, most of you won't, Kyle just got his PSVR 2 headset for Christmas. So he's kind of new to the world of. Well, I think he is. Have you played any other VR, Kyle, besides the first PSVR? I think you did, right?
No, I didn't play that one. I had
Okay.
always been a little bit afraid to invest in VR because I know I get motion sick, and I was like, I don't want to drop $400 or $500 on a system, and then puke my brains out and absolutely hate life. So actually, what got me interested in it is I have a neighbor who has one, and one day he said the most magical words ever. I bought a steering wheel for Gran Turismo 7, and I
Ooh.
have PSVR hooked up right now. Do you want to come over and play? And I was like, yes.
You're like,
And so I,
I'm
I
already
went over.
in your living
Yeah,
room.
I basically, I mean, like 30 seconds later, I was in his living room, and it was great. I got super motion sick playing that, but I've built up a little bit of a tolerance, and I thought, you know what, that would actually make for a pretty cool Christmas present for Christmas. So got one of those. I
Yeah.
don't have the steering wheel yet, but I do have the headset.
Uh, I only have a wheel because my oldest one wanted a wheel for one of his racing games, so it kind of worked
Yeah.
out because we got the wheel, we have the VR, and yeah, playing Gran Turismo 7 in VR with the wheel is a very surreal experience. It's super cool. It's really cool just being able to look around in real time. Look around you, and you're actually looking around in the game. Like
Yeah.
you look in your rear view mirror, look to the side, you can see the cars behind you, to the side of you, in front of you. It's just, it's It was a really cool thing to experience. And yeah, I got sick too. The first few times I played, I got really sick actually. So I can only play
Yep.
like 10, 15 minutes at a time maybe until I built a real tolerance to it. But yeah, no, definitely an experience I recommend to anybody who has a PSVR too. Definitely try Gran Turismo. It's very good.
Yeah, my favorite is like you said, looking around and being able to see the cars coming around me because like when I'm playing normally, I don't like playing in the cockpit view just on a flat screen because the cockpit view doesn't give me enough of the speed just the way um, that the like distances from the driver to the road and the way that they have like the perspective set up. I also don't like the third person view. Third person makes me feel like I'm driving 20 miles an hour. I absolutely hate it, and it looks like I'm turning a boat. So my favorite is I actually do the like ground level view, so like full screen speed, and that's how I get my speed. So I like that, but I can't see cars next to me when I'm doing that without using the stick to like kind of look around. But in
Oh,
VR,
sure.
when I'm in the cockpit, I can like look around a little bit. I can look up at my mirrors or to the side of my mirrors and see those cars and actually like see ahead of the turn too as I'm coming through like maybe a long sweeping turn. I can turn my head a little bit
Yeah,
and
yeah.
look where's my line gonna be and come out the other side after I've hit the apex, which is really great. My first time though, I wasn't doing that. My first time I was just like staying straight ahead because I was ready to like I was getting real motion sick. I was like, no way am I gonna let this get to me. Like I'm gonna push through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat this.
The first time I went up a hill and down the other side, I felt it in my stomach, and I was like, is
Oh,
this how I die playing VR?"
yeah, this is Here layeth Kyle, died from VR.
In my friend's living room.
Yeah. Oh man, I love it. Yeah, so we've been trying to do this for a while now, and we weren't sure how to align our schedules or just how to get everything set up, and it took a lot of finagling with our schedules again. But I'm kind of glad we waited because now we can start off the new year kind of fresh, episode one, new year. So I figured, what better way to do it than to tell the audience, our most anticipated games of 2026. I thought that would be a good idea.
Yeah, no,
You
it
know,
sounds great. I know, for me it was less about the schedules and more about just like taking the jump, right? Like
sure.
you have an idea, and it's the same thing with me for and probably most people that are watching this they can relate. Like anytime you try something new, a lot of times you hold yourself back from trying that new thing because you want to wait till the perfect moment when you are ready. And most of the time, you're just never going to be ready. So here we are, not
Just jump
ready,
in. Yeah. I
jumping
mean, I
in,
think,
figuring things
I,
out.
yeah. I mean, I think, well, I texted you just today. I was like, hey, Kyle, I'm
Yeah.
recording today. Let's do it. It was, you know what I mean? I'm like, it feels right.
And I was like, I'm
So,
not going to miss it, obviously. So you kind of
right.
pushed me into it, and
I
here we are,
bullied you.
episode one.
I bullied you if you, that, you might say.
I had my VR controllers in my hand, and I'm like, I'm looking around. I just found my ship in No Man's Sky because I was testing it out, and then I feel my pocket vibrating. I'm like, I'm getting a call. And so like I click the little button so I can see my camera, like through, and I pick it up. I'm like, oh, it's Justin. I better answer this. It's probably about the podcast, and here we are.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm glad. I'm happy, man. This is good. So yeah, well, I guess we can just kind of get right to it. 2026 is, I think, going to be a pretty banger year. There's a lot of good games coming out this year. A lot of high profile titles, and a lot of smaller things for me. I'm a little bit of a weeb, some might say. So I've got some Japanese games that I'm really looking forward to that are probably not on a lot of people's radar, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, I'm excited for. I've always, I grew up a JRPG fan or fan of RPGs, period. But specifically, I grew up, and as did you in the SquareSoft era, you know. So yeah, I guess I think the first game I would say that I'm really looking forward to, even though I'm not a huge fan of the series itself, I would say Resident Evil Requiem. Now,
Oh.
this is coming out very soon. Uh, is it this month or I think it's this or next month? It's really soon.
Yeah.
I think it's next month. I'll have to look that up. But
I think it's next month, actually, in
yeah, I couldn't.
February.
I know it's like it was like the beginning-ish of the year. But yeah, no, I have I have a weird relationship with Resident Evil. I remember borrowing the first one from a friend. Played a little bit of the second one. I never beat either one of those. I didn't even play three. Four came out on the PS2, and that was when I really first played a Resident Evil game through and through. And let me tell you, four was a game changer. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Uh, that's when it really took the series. It kind of divided fans too because it took the series in a more action-oriented direction.
Yeah.
Not so much the survival horror of it, but it was more action horror, which is what I
Yeah.
liked. I was more into that style. So and I mean Leon. Come on, Leon's just cool. Leon is a bad A character. He's cool. So he was fun to play as. The remake came out. I don't know what. It's been a year or two now since the remake of four came out. I haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I'm trickling through that slowly, and it's super good. So I played five, liked it, not as much as four, but it was good. And I didn't touch six because I've just heard so many bad things about six and how it's an abomination. So I avoided six. Seven, I played a little bit in the VR, got scared half to death, so I didn't even go back to it. Eight, I played again a little bit in VR, didn't finish it. So you could say I'm not really a huge fan of the series as a whole, besides four. But Requiem looks really good from what they've shown so far. I'm really intrigued, and I'm curious to see what you think about it, Kyle. But they're going to have two different campaigns now. I don't know if you've seen this, but one's going to
Hmm.
be with that Ash. Oh,
Catch
I
him.
don't remember the name of the protagonist in the first part of it. Uh, but that's going to be more of the survival horror for the fans that want that more survival horror aspect of Resident Evil, and then it's going to have a separate campaign with Leon, and it's going to be more action oriented.
Interesting.
So yeah, and that's what really caught my eye. So I'm like, yeah, that's definitely gonna be me playing Leon. The other cool thing about this is, there were people that were kind of upset about Resident Evil going to first person with seven and eight.
Hmm.
There was kind of a big uproar about that. They still sold well, but you know, people were very vocal about that. So what's kind of cool here too, Kyle, is that they are going to let you play in first person or third person. So they're going
Oh,
to give you the
interesting.
choice in this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's really cool. I think Capcom has really been on a roll here the past several years. They've kind of really hit their stride. They haven't really had a miss lately. So I think Requiem 8, Requiem, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm all in. I think I'm probably going to be day one on that game. So yeah, I don't know. I guess next we have. I'm gonna give Sony's first party a little love here with Saros.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
this is gonna be the spiritual successor to Returnal, which came out in 2021. So no, this game I think looks just freaking awesome. Like I'm all the way sold. It looks like basically it looks like a little bit more. It looks like more Returnal, but with just added features. Bigger, better. And the thing that really has me very interested is the fact that they have stated, and they've shown in the trailer that it's going to be more progression, based. Whereas the one glaring problem issue in Returnal, a lot of people voiced their opinion about it, as did I. But you didn't feel like you were really getting anywhere. A lot of roguelikes, you'll die. That's part of the process of roguelikes, but you make a little bit of progress to where your next run, might be a little easier because you have, a little bit beefed up stats, or you unlock a weapon, or in Returnal, it really wasn't like that. You didn't have any new. I think you had abilities that you unlocked that you could like acquire through your run, but you didn't feel more powerful with each run like you do a lot of roguelikes. So that was a kind of
Yeah.
an issue that I had. But otherwise, I mean, that's really the only glaring problem I had with that game. Otherwise, Returnal was, dude, fantastic. I love that game. The music, those boss fights were immaculate. They were just awesome. Uh, Hats off to Housemarque because they're just a remarkable studio. Uh, so yeah, no, so I think Saros is going to be just easy shoe-in. I mean, that's if they, and it sounds like they're taking care of all the progression issues. They're saying once you die, you come back stronger. So that already, I mean, if they nail the progression loop to where you feel a bit better about going into your next run, if you feel more powerful, if you feel like you're actually getting somewhere, I mean, this is going to be a home run for Housemarque. So
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. Um,
Yeah, I've played some roguelites before, and the ones that lose me are the ones where you have to grind so hard to make any kind of progression. Um,
sure.
my favorite are the ones where it's not so grindy. I've got a job, I've got a family, and I really don't feel like grinding for hours on end to unlock things and to progress. And for me, that's
Yeah,
actually, I haven't gotten to it yet, but like that's a big reason why I have not been playing Battlefield 6 right now. I'm a big Battlefield fan. I love
that's
it,
right. You
but
are.
I am not a fan of how long I have to grind to unlock weapons and attachments. Just like I might have an hour or 2 hours to play, maybe on a daily basis if I'm choosing to spend my time like that. And I just can't, I'm not there for the grind. So the less grinding that there is for me and the more opportunity that there is for me to progress, the happier I am as a gamer.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. It would have been fine for me, too. Like 15 years ago, before I had kids, I would have had no problem with it. But you get married, you get the house, you have kids. You don't have as much time to like sit there and grind and just try and get all the, what I mean, to just get through the
Yeah.
game. Now I want to play games that really respect my time. So that's kind of where I go, nowadays. Another roguelike, Kyle, that I never finished, but I really recommend if you like roguelikes that respect your time is Hades. Hades did a fantastic
Oh
job
yeah.
of progression. Oh man, Hades is such
Yeah.
a great game. Fun. Part two came out here just this last year. I never did play it, but I want to play it because it looks really good. But
Yeah, no, it looks good. I saw the reviews, and to be honest, I'm not really one for roguelites. Like, I mean, sometimes I am, but
yeah,
I didn't get that one just because there's such a wealth of games to play, and I've got a backlog that's like a mile long of games that I still need to
buddy, I
like
hear you.
play and finish. So I try not to add to that list as much as I can in my day job, I'm a product manager and I have a backlog it at work and I have to manage
Yeah.
that backlog and now I have to manage like my game backlog too and it's just I try not to add too much to it.
Yeah, you have a lot of that the mental stress part of it in your job.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. So that's why a good relaxing game helps me to decompress after a long day or some or
Yeah.
some VR if I feel like shooting stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I guess I'll just I got the next game on my list. This is probably my most anticipated game of this year, I would say. And that is of course Wolverine. Now,
Oh, yeah.
Wolverine I think is going to be I don't know. Insomniac to me has like one of the best track records in gaming. I
Yeah.
mean, I I just they make such good games. I can't even put words together. Like those first two Spider-Man games are just, I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Uh, Number two kind of had some pacing issues. I felt. Otherwise, I mean, it was great. They really nail the gameplay. I mean, they are the kings of gameplay. They do it so well. And this, Wolverine, I think, just looks great. They nailed the violence. I mean, I even said before they even showed any Wolverine, I'm like, they have to nail. It has. I mean, it's Wolverine, right? So it
Yeah.
has to be violent. It just does. You can't make this G-rated Wolverine game where he's, hitting them with straws or whatever. It has to
Yeah.
be. It has to. You have to see blood. You have to see the visceral kind of, almost like dark side of Insomniac with this, and you are. I don't know if you've watched any of the trailers, Kyle, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, that
It's
most
it's
recent one,
it's very Logan because like Marvel
right?
Studios, and any of the producers that had their hands on Wolverine, X-Men, and all that, like for the longest time, they had it very PG-13, and then once like, but the comics weren't always like that, right?
Right.
And then
Definitely not.
once it hit Logan, and you got to see the dark, grittier side, I feel like that was kind of the turning point for live action Logan slash Wolverine, and now they're making games off of it. He's been in Deadpool, obviously, and he's much more violent as he should be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I've read quite a few comics, with the X Force. When Wolverine led the X Force, and yeah, that was
Oh
the same
yeah,
thing. It was dark. It was bloody. It was just. I mean, it was. It almost made you uncomfortable
yeah.
reading those. But no, no, Insomniac I think has nailed it. I'm excited about where they're gonna go with level design and the story, the villains. I mean, you see a few villains, in the trailer. I'm really excited about some of these villains you never hear about. Like I saw Omega Red in the trailer, which got me pretty excited. I want to see what they do there. I don't remember if I saw Saber. I don't think I saw Sabretooth. They didn't show. I can't recall, but I hope they show him. I hope he's in the game.
I
But
don't think they'll show him if he is. I feel like there's some things that are so core to like that character that they'll probably keep some things under wrap and surprise
yeah,
you in game.
yeah, yeah. They don't want to show their complete hand, before the game releases too. I know they're going to show.
Yeah.
They didn't announce that they're going to do a show. Probably, I'm guessing a state of play for the game this spring. So we're going to hear
Huh.
more about it and see more of it this spring. So I am definitely looking forward to that. I hope everybody else is. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be a very special game. So yeah, I look forward to that. I know I am. So
Yeah, me too. That one was on my list as well.
yeah, yeah. This one, it's not as high on my list as probably everybody else's. Uh, but GTA 6, I'll just say it. GTA 6, of course, is coming out this year after a couple delays.
Finally,
That
you mentioned that. I've been waiting.
Yeah, yeah, this is it. Come on, building up to it. No, but yeah, no, GTA 6. Of course, I mean, the game, the name just kind of speaks for itself. It's the highly successful GTA series. I'm sure six is going to break all kinds of records, sales wise and,
Yeah.
and whatnot. But yeah, it's probably going to be the biggest media release I'm gonna say ever. I'm gonna probably
You're
call
not
that.
wrong about that. The music, I don't know if you saw the stats for this, and I can't remember the exact stats, but there were like Good Morning America type news studios that were doing segments on Gran Turismo 6, not because it was Gran Turismo 6, but because of the impact that they had on the music industry. So those songs like Hot Together by I think it's the Twister Sisters, and then the other song they did, Love is a Long Road by Tom Petty. Those songs saw like an increase of plays by like 100,000%. Like not just 100,000 plays, but like an increase in plays and downloads by 100,000%, which is absolutely insane. It was like
That's
The
Wow.
day that those videos came out and those songs were used, people like rediscovered that music and they decided to start streaming them. And I was one of them. I mean, I added those to my playlist. I was like, hey, these are actually really good songs that I haven't heard in some time, so I'm going to add them back to my playlist.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
absolutely, it's going to be there's going to be a lot of people calling in sick to work, and
Oh boy.
I might be
I
one of them.
yeah, I don't know. It's funny because you figure people probably took vacation, with the first release, when they announced the release date in May of this year. I know people took vacation for that week that it came out, and now they moved it. Or, I mean,
Like,
I'm
actually,
sure,
I'm not going to be on vacation.
yeah, but I'm just kidding. I mean, vacations are easily canceled and requested, but I mean, it's just kind of funny. So now we have this new one. November, is it 19th, Kyle? I want to say it's like the 19th of November.
Yes, if they don't delay it again. I mean,
If they
it's
don't
been
delay it again, that
delayed.
that's the big question. And
Yeah.
I know they asked, oh, who's the CEO of the company? I don't remember. I always forget his name, but he was asked about it, and he said he was confident that that was the release date was May 26th, I think it was. He was very confident in that release date, and not
It's
long after he said that, they announced the delay to November. So
the
who
thing
knows?
is that CEOs are they're salespeople, right? Like I
Yeah,
work in software and CEOs they're salespeople. So usually, unless they're the CEO of Larian Studios, they are going to paint a beautiful picture, sprinkle some fairy dust on it, and hold their team to that date, but they don't actually know if it's going to be that date. I feel like the probably the best example of a CEO that is less salesy and more driven towards pleasing the gamers themselves is the CEO from Larian Studios. Like that guy, if you've ever heard him speak about like microtransactions or games that cater to things that gamers do not like, he's very pro gamer, and that's why Baldur's
yeah,
Gate 3 was so amazing because they weren't trying to please anyone except for their game fans.
yeah. They didn't want to nickel and dime their fan base.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And not only that, but I mean they were really transparent about bugs like, in software. A lot of times like when you resolve bugs or you resolve issues in your software, you're not going to call out every single thing because you're kind of ashamed of what you're fixing, right? But
right,
not with Larian. They'll release patch notes that say they're not doing it anymore, of course, because they're past that. But patch
yeah.
notes are like 1,000 patches long, and it's like, wow, they had a lot of stuff to fix, but they wanted to be completely transparent, which is really respectable.
It's cool. Yeah, no, it's rare to see these days. I mean, really rare. So
Yeah.
that is really cool. Shout out to Tolarian for sure. They've done really well to kind of they've kind of made a comeback, so to speak. So
Yeah,
it's good to see.
absolutely. And I'll probably be calling in sick or taking some vacation days for Gran Turismo 6. I feel like not so much because I'm such a big fan of it, but to be
Oh,
part
you
of the
mean GTA
world.
6?
Yes, Grand Theft Auto 6. That's
Yeah, okay,
right.
gotcha.
My mind is always on Gran Turismo. No,
Always, man, always.
GTA 6 when that comes out, I'll probably take some vacation time. Not because I love it so much. I will probably really enjoy it, but because it's fun to be part of like a world release like that.
Yeah.
Um, I did do it for Final Fantasy Rebirth when that came out. I
Oh,
took a
yeah.
couple of vacation days, and that was a lot of fun. So I could see a repeat for GTA 6 for sure.
I still have to finish Rebirth. I'm ashamed that I haven't. Being such the Final Fantasy VII mark that I'm ashamed that I have not finished Rebirth yet.
It took me like 9 months to finish, and we've talked about this a lot, but so everybody else knows, I hate finishing games that are story driven because I don't want the story to be over.
Oh
I
yeah.
just I just want the story to keep going. So when I get close to the end of a game, I will actually stop playing it as much. Like I will slow down playing it. Like I still have to beat Metaphor. I love Metaphor. I still have to
Oh, you haven't beat
beat
Metaphor yet,
that.
huh? I thought you did for
No,
some
I
reason.
no, I have not. I've got like 130 hours on it. I haven't beat it yet, but it's because I love the story so much. I just don't want it to be over. It took me forever to finish um, Rebirth, like I said, and there's so many other games that I like. Oh, God of War. It took me forever to finish God of War Ragnarok. I
Mm,
love that.
yeah.
It took me ages. And Baldur's Gate, I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 for, I'm kind of ashamed to say, but like 2 years. Um,
Yeah.
because it's just fun to go through and experience the story and just not have it be over and to keep playing it. So I have a problem. Yes, I know.
I'll have
Let
to
me
get
know in the
Baldur's Gate
comments if
3.
you're like me.
Yeah, right. I'm sure there's a few of them, Kyle. I'm sure there's a few of them.
Man, I sure hope so. I can't be the only person out there that just doesn't want the story to be over. Like Final Fantasy VIII, for example. It took
Mm.
me as a kid, it took me so I had nothing but time on my hands. It took me so long to beat Final Fantasy VIII because I loved it so much. That was my first intro to Final Fantasy was 8. And I just I didn't want it to be over. So yeah, here we are.
Yeah,
I'm an
I get
adult
it.
with the same problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, moving on. This game's coming out this year, and unlike GTA 6, I'm a huge fan of this series in general. I've played them all, I loved them all, and I was shocked when they revealed this. But Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's coming out this year, and I don't want to watch any more trailers about it. I've seen enough. I think I watched, I think one or two, no more than two for sure. But I'm done watching trailers. It looks awesome. It looks really awesome. So I was surprised when they revealed it. I did not think that they were ever going to bring Onimusha back. I just thought it was a series that Capcom was fine, just kind of leaving as is. But so color me surprised when they revealed it. I think it was early last year.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it looks really good. As a kid, I was never allowed to play it. I couldn't
oh,
play, yeah, I couldn't play like violent games, so I never had a chance to play it as a kid. But as an adult, I got more into it, and I saw that come, into the to be released, and saw the trailer, and I think it looks really good. Looks like a lot of fun.
what's it like having good parents? No, I'm kidding. No, I, you
Not
know,
getting to play violent games, that's what it's like.
yeah,
Watch South
yeah,
Park, all that fun
yeah.
stuff.
My mom, she was a good mom. I did a lot of things kind of I kind of hid from her, or I would kind of
Really?
lead her on to think something different, like, oh, this game isn't that bad, it's got this or it doesn't have this. I'd be lying, of course. But yeah, so that's kind of how I was able to play and watch some things. But yeah, Onimusha, the first one came out. It was really good. Kind of like a samurai Resident Evil game. I mean, there were some
Yeah.
puzzles to solve. Nothing difficult. Just pretty easy puzzles, but they were good. 1, 2, and then 3, and then Dawn of Dreams, I think, was the fourth one. They didn't call it four, but
Mm.
it was the fourth one. Uh, Loved them all. I think my favorite one was either 2 or 4. I really liked. So yeah, no, I am super excited about 6. It's gonna be good, and I can't wait. So yeah, the next one, I'm pretty excited for. It looks really good, like kind of like a, I don't know, kung fu esque cinematic game. It's called Phantom Blade Zero. So
Oh.
that looks good. Really quick action. Very very fast paced, which I like. It's really cool. I was worried at first because I thought it was gonna be a Souls like, and I don't like Souls likes. Well, I used to, but I'm just not good at them anymore. I'm 40 now, so I guess blame it on my reflexes. But
Dude,
uh,
terrible.
I am, yeah, I am not. That's why I will fully admit to the audience that I suck at them, and that is why I don't like them. So yeah, so no, it looks good. There's no, yeah, they said it's gonna have level design inspired by Souls games, and but
Yeah.
not like, not progression. So if you die, you don't lose all your currency. I think it's called
Oh,
essence in this game. So you,
yeah.
you don't lose it. You have to go get it back. You know what I mean? It's not like that. There's going to be scalable difficulty levels. So they're going to have difficulty, like easy, medium, hard, or whatever. So it'll be more accessible that way. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks really good. It looks really cool. That is exclusive to PS5 for, I believe, a year, and then it can go to other platforms like PC or whatever. So, yeah, excited. Looks good. Uh, Moving on, the next one I'm looking forward to, and I'm curious of what you think about this one, Kyle. Too. I'm really curious. I don't know how big of a fan you are of the series, but it's coming out next month, and there's actually a demo that got released yesterday, which I am going to definitely play. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you saw that, yeah, I think that was revealed. Was it the Game Awards? I think no, it was maybe it was a Switch or a Nintendo Direct actually before that.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was. So
I saw it
this
on
is
Instagram.
what's that?
I saw it on Instagram. That was where I saw
Hmm.
it.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a complete remake and reimagining of Dragon Quest VII, which originally released on the PS1, I think back in 1997. I believe it was 97. Um, Now that game famously, or infamously, however you want to look at it, was very long. I played it. I did not finish it for that very reason. Even as a kid, even having all that time on my hands as a kid, I still didn't finish that game. I think there was some confusion of where to go sometimes. The game didn't hold your hand, so
Hmm.
you had to kind of figure it out, like a lot of games in those days.
Yeah.
But they have really, I guess they've streamlined the game, the gameplay, the story, so it's a much more tighter quest, you know. But they've kept everything else is intact, the story and the characters, what matters really. I think it's fully voiced. Um,
Nice.
so I will be downloading that demo probably as soon as we're done here because I am really excited for that game.
I think
Day
I would
one,
be too. Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't know there was a demo. So
yeah, yeah.
I will clean up some space on my hard drive because there's definitely no space on there right now.
Yeah, especially with you getting all those new shiny new VR games for your new VR
Whoops.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Look forward to it. I know I am. I put Phantom Blade Zero on here twice. I'm looking at my phone right now.
Oof. So
Uh,
excited about it.
yeah, I guess I just really want that game. No. So I'm just gonna skip. Well, I guess I have 9 games on here. I thought I had 10, but I'm gonna have 9. So that's just the way it goes. So the next game I have came out last year, but they're coming out with a new, improved upon edition this year. It's called Ys Proud Nordics. I am a longtime Ys fan, going back to the SNES. So I haven't played every single one in the series, but I've played most of them. I, for whatever reason, did not pick up Ys 10 right away at launch. I
Yeah.
waited. I had some games I was already playing, and my backlog, like everybody else's, is massive. So I waited. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Too big,
Like
man.
it goes off the screen. It's kind of ridiculous how big
It's
the backlog
my
is.
backlog. Literally, Kyle, spans generations. Like it's not just PS5.
It's funny you say that because the same friend that I went to play VR with, his kid loves PlayStation, and his kid is
As he
8 years
should.
old, and he asked me, he's like, "Hey Kyle, how many games do you have?" And I was like, "How do I answer this question
That's a loaded
without?"
question.
Yeah, because I'm like, "How do I answer this question?" I was like, "Over 400." And he was like, his mouth hits the floor, and he looks at me. He's like, "Are you serious?" And my wife looks at me, and she's like, "Are you serious?"
She's
I'm
like,
like,
"Are you serious?"
yeah, I was like, well, yes, I do, but it's because of all the free games that you get on PS Plus over the years. Just every month, I've gotten the 2, 3 games, plus all the ones that I purchased, and there's a lot of games that I are in there that I own that I really want to play, but I can't get to them yet because I've got so many games that I still need to finish.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I think about it every time I buy a new game. I buy a new game, and I'm like, well, I have all these in my backlog, and I just don't want to. Oh, did I click buy? Oh, dang it.
Oh, it's on sale! Dang it! This sale is
Right.
so
Oh, ten
good too.
bucks. Oh
Like,
man. Well, I guess it's in my
man,
library
oh
already. Oh,
yeah.
buy. There we go. And
I had to
yeah.
put a
So.
password on my PlayStation for that very reason.
Oh man. You're right. Steam Winter Sale. Oh my gosh. Like get out of here. Like I'm never combing through that, getting through my Steam backlog. That's crazy. Um, but yeah, so East 10 Proud Nordics. It's gonna be kind of going back to that. It's like a Persona 5 Royal situation. You know, like Royal added so much more to Persona 5, extra
Yeah.
campaign content and along East 10 Proud Nordics is gonna do the same thing. It's gonna add a host of new additions, features, story content. So yeah, looking forward to that. That comes out soon too. I think that comes out in the beginning of the year. I think first quarter of this year might be. It might that could be next month as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I love these. I've played I played all the modern Ys games. Definitely 7 through 9, 6 through 9 at least. So I'm excited. Looks good. Last game I'm going to talk about is a game I was very skeptical of at first. I think everybody was, given the state of Bungie. But I'm actually getting a little optimistic about Marathon.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going. Okay. Continue.
No, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be curious to hear where you thought I was going after I kind of delve into this. But yeah, so Marathon, got a lot of flack. Just didn't look very inspired. There was a lot of negative feedback. I didn't play the first beta that they had, closed beta, but there was some criticisms of it. A lot of features that they feel were left out. Uh, they didn't have proximity chat, which was. I mean, you need in an extraction shooter, you need proxy chat. You just do, and it's a big part of the game and what
Yeah.
makes the game so engaging. Um, so but I guess they have listened to a lot of concerns and they have a more recent beta. And I've kind of peeked in some forums. There's a lot more positivity happening about Marathon than there previously was. There's a little bit of hype. So I'm kind of excited. I know Arc Raiders is out there, and Arc Raiders is doing very well, very very well. It keeps breaking its own records on Steam concurrent. So Arc Raiders very popular right now. I think it almost serves Marathon well to distance itself from Arc Raiders a little bit, because that way some of that hype for Arc Raiders can kind of die down, and then
Yeah.
enter Marathon. If Marathon would have came out like I don't know a month after Arc Raiders, it would have been a bloodbath. I mean, but now that
Oh
it's
yeah,
coming out,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So now that it's coming out in I think they just said March. They didn't say when, but that gives it a little breathing room for Mark Raiders. Allows them to kind of have their own release to themselves, and maybe some people that are already high on that extraction shooter that they love to Arc Raiders might want to jaunt over to Marathon and see what all the fuss is about. So it's Bungie, so Bungie obviously has a pretty good track record. They've fumbled, made some bad decisions, but generally speaking, with their games, Bungie has a proven track record of just great gameplay and good feeling gunplay. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not. It's not a day one buy for me. Not day one because I want to see what the reception is. I want to see some reviews from critics and users. So that's going to be a kind of wait and see for me. But I am very interested in Marathon as of right now. So I
Yeah.
would say, yeah, those are the games that I'm looking forward to, Kyle. I know some games that on your list are probably going to overlap with mine, so we don't have to talk about them too deeply. The ones
Yeah.
that do overlap, well, talk about them as much as you want to talk as much as you want to. Um,
I'll highlight those because some of them did end up on my list, but I've got a slightly different list.
well, that's what it's all about, man. Let's hear it.
Cool. Well, okay. Well, I'll start with this one because this is the one I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say Halo Campaign Evolved
Oh man,
because I
you're right.
lost my freaking mind when I saw that announcement. Like I texted everybody I knew and I was like, even my neighbors, I'm like, dude, we need to have a LAN party. We're gonna get Mountain Dew. We're gonna hook up like TVs to each other. Like
Yeah,
it was great. I had my kids sit down and watch the trailer with me. And they were like, "Yeah, we're watching. Like, what is this? They're like four, and
yeah,
it absolutely blew my mind. I loved seeing the gameplay, the trailer for it, and the fact that
yeah,
it's coming to PlayStation, I I've been a PlayStation fanboy for a long time. I had an Xbox at one point as well. I just like financially for me, it just doesn't make sense to own all the different consoles. So I just
Right.
had not had a chance to play all the Halo games like I would have wanted to. So the fact that it's coming over to PlayStation is just absolutely mind blowing for me. I love it.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to that. It's probably one of my biggest ones. Supposedly it's coming in 2026. So like it's
Yeah.
on my 2026 list because I'm hoping for it.
I don't know how totally flubbed that because I forgot about. I didn't forget about the game, but I just kind of forgot that it was coming out this year. I if I can, I'd like to replace my second Phantom Blade Zero choice with the Halo Combat Evolved remake.
Smart.
Yeah,
We'll take it.
that was an oops by me because yeah, that game I'm with you, Kyle. That game looks phenomenal. When they revealed that and it was coming to PS5 day and date, I was like, what? That is
Yeah, it was
the
like
best news ever.
yeah,
Oh my
it
gosh,
absolutely blew my mind. I watched the trailer a whole bunch. At
me too.
least at least 10 of those views were from me on day one.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, so that was gonna be great. I'm so looking forward to it. I'll probably take time off of work for that too. Hopefully my boss isn't watching this. Um, some of the other ones on my list, one of them was Grand Theft Auto 6, which we talked about.
Sure.
Also Marvel's Wolverine, and then Saros as well. I really liked that one. I kept up a little bit with those. Some of the other ones though that are on my list, they're a little bit different. So this one I'm excited about. It comes out here in a couple of weeks actually. So it's the Seven Deadly Sins Origin. So it is a free
Ooh,
to play game, kind of like was it Honkai Star Rail and
yeah.
the other ones.
Zoneless Zen
And
Zero, is that what it's called?
yeah, Zoneless Zen Zero, and then uh, there's a couple of others. I've been playing them actually after playing this one. So I love anime, and I actually haven't watched the Seven Deadly Sins. It's on my watch list. I just have
Okay.
so much to watch and to see, but I was like, hey, it actually looks like a really cool game. So I signed up to be maybe chosen for the beta, and I actually got lucky enough. I got a beta invite to test it, play it, give feedback on it. So for a week straight, that was like all I did. I played the beta and I got to run around and it was like uncapped, right? Like you could go and do anything everywhere. And
Really?
it was, yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Like the only limit was that there was an end to the story part that you could get to. But the
Okay.
rest of it was uncapped. Like you had access to all the characters, if you could draw them, but they would give you enough points to draw. And it was really fun. The gameplay was great. The acting was great. The graphics were fantastic. For me, it
Hmm.
was a lot of fun, and I'm not usually a like a free to play kind of game kind of person. Like I don't
Right, me
like
either. Yeah.
those kinds of games, but this one, at least the demo that I was able to play was so satisfying. It left me wanting more. So when that comes out, I'll be downloading it, and I'll probably pay the $10 to get a couple of extra goodies
Yeah.
for it when it comes out because it's like
Um,
$10.
a quick question, Kyle, because I've been kind of wondering. I know you played that. I remember seeing you on my friends list playing it. Can you tell me a little bit about the combat? What's the combat like?
It's a lot like oh shoot, what is that other one that everybody loves? Um Man, it's slipping my mind now. It's on like all platforms. It's basically like you've got the ability to do your normal attacks. It's got elements to the attacks as well. And then you have like super attacks and these special or super attacks, they are or ultimates, they're gated by time. So you can build those back up over time to use it again, or by doing certain types of moves that get more assets or resources from the enemies that you're beating, so you can use them. You also have the ability to like glide and drop in on people, and everyone has their own weapon set. Like some characters will share weapons, which makes it kind of hard because you might have two characters that use the same weapon set, and then you might only have like one S tier weapon that you want, or that you can have somebody use. So you have to like choose which person's going to get it. But Yeah, it's got everything that you would expect. Elements, special moves, ultimate moves, normal moves. It's got riding mechanics as well. You can like ride this pig character around, which is really funny because the pig also talks. It's really it was really well done. The one thing that I didn't really like for me, but I mean it's part of gacha games, is the fact that like the weapons were also on gachas, like characters and weapons are on the gacha. And if you have resources to spend to do a pull, you can pull for characters or you can pull for
So you got to
weapons
kind of choose
for
one or
them.
the other.
Right. So you could have like 10 pulls, and pull for a character, and then you get a character, but now you don't have any to gear them up with weapons,
Oh,
right?
sure. Yeah.
So that's the tricky part, and that's where people that like to spend money on it won't really care because they'll go and spend money and they'll get exactly what they want. But if you're free to
Yeah.
play like I plan to be, I'll probably have to be a little bit more choosy about who I try to pull for and when. Kind of like a long time ago, I played Final Fantasy Brave Exvius on mobile,
Mm,
and I
yeah.
really liked that one. I was able to resource manage quite a lot. Never spent anything on that game, and I had all the top tier characters that you can imagine. So I'm hoping they make it kind of like that. But overall, it's a ton of fun, and I would recommend it
Cool.
for anyone looking for a free to play game that feels like you're in an anime, really.
Yeah, I might give it a shot because unlike you, I actually did watch the show and I really liked the show. It was really
Oh,
good.
awesome.
Yeah, no, fantastic. I loved the Seven Deadly Sins. It was really good. I don't really remember a whole lot of it because it's just been so long since I watched it, but I remember it was really, really good. It had a little bit of fan service, but that's all right. That's some of those animes do, you know. But
Yeah, no, they definitely do. And there's actually another game on my list that I'm kind of excited for because it's tied to anime. I also like My Hero Academia, so I put
mm,
My Hero Academia All's Justice. Um, I don't know if I'll pick it up right when it comes out, but I'll definitely keep my eye on it and see if it is one that I want to pick up because I do like watching that anime. So I'd say it's like probably towards the lower end of my list of games, but I do like to keep my eye on games that are tied to things that I like. Like if it's an anime or if it's a show, which actually leads me to another one, Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight.
ooh, good
I
choice.
like
Good
I like
choice.
Lego games. I like Batman, and
Yes.
they're combining them, and so
It's gonna
maybe
be
that'll be
huge too, I
really
heard.
good.
Like it's gonna be really big.
I mean, I sure hope so. I loved Lego Star Wars, episodes 1 to 6 only. That was really great. I didn't really like the Skywalker stuff, like 7, 8, 9, whatever that
Sure.
nonsense is.
Yeah.
I played them so I could like check off the stuff like for my trophies, but otherwise I never touched those again. But like 1 through 6 Legos were really great. So Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, I feel like
Yeah.
that'd be really good.
There's some hype. Unlike a lot of Lego games, this one has a fair amount of hype to it. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of chatter on it, or I should say about it
Yeah.
online. So
Okay.
yeah, no, it'll be good. I think.
Um, so I'll move into the next one, and then I have one more after that. That's probably my not my most anticipated. My most anticipated was Halo, but Pragmata. I feel like
Yeah.
Pragmata has been in development for I don't even know how long now,
It's
but
been years for
I
sure,
think it
plural.
I think it's been in development since before PS5, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
Like I
you're
thought it
right.
was
Yeah,
gonna
I think I
be a
remember
PS
them announcing it before PS5 was shown.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a PS5 showcase launch title, and then
Mm-hmm.
it looks completely different from what it originally looked like. And there's just something sexy about space and like being in outer space and like getting to see the world through those eyes. So I don't know. It looks like it's going to be really interesting.
I mean,
And
space is known to be sexy, so I
yeah,
see that
like
coming.
there's no better way to describe it. Like as a kid, I always wanted to be an astronaut or like
Yeah.
some sort of like NASA rocket scientist. I'm not that smart, but anytime I can, I like to travel into space. So that was looking pretty good. I don't actually know. It says April 24th is when it's coming out. I don't know. It's been a long time coming, but we'll see. Um,
Yeah.
I hope it does, and it should be good. But one of the biggest ones on my list, and this is the last one that I've got, is 007 First Light.
Oh, first, yes, yes.
I'm
Nice.
not looking at it through the eyes of GoldenEye, right? That's actually GoldenEye right there. I'm looking at it through the eyes
Oh,
of I want I want to play a cool spy game where I get to play as 007, like
yeah.
different from GoldenEye. I want it to be like a real nice like Doctor No type spy adventure where I feel like I'm 007 and I'm on a
Yeah.
fresh adventure.
It looks good. It looks really good. It looks almost like IO's version of Uncharted a little bit. Not Uncharted, just just it kind of looks like that sort of game play,
Yeah,
so to speak, but with like
yeah.
an espionage uh twist to it, you know. So I think it'll be good. It's interesting that IO is making it, the make the people who made Hitman. So that's going to be kind of cool to see their take and them bring that sort of flavor to it, you know.
That's right. And that's why the trailers have that sort of feel to them
They do. You
where
can see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it feels kind of Hitman-ish, but
Mhm.
with that 007 flair. There's some weird stuff in the trailers that I saw, like some gameplay stuff where I was like, in real life that wouldn't really work. But if you look past that, like starting a fire somewhere, like who's not going to notice you starting a fire at like a gala event, right? Like
Right.
that's like that's probably not the best way to go sneaking into
I
somewhere.
mean, he
But
is James Bond, Kyle. He's James Bond.
right,
So,
Yes, he is James Bond, but he's like a young James Bond in this one, where he's
yeah.
just not as smart. Maybe that's why he's starting fires where he shouldn't.
Experience. He doesn't have that experience on him yet, you know?
Exactly. He's still young. He's still green, and it looked really fun. Like I know there's like driving components to it, and there's the story and different ways to solve things. And for me, that's what's really interesting. I like James Bond. I like being a spy and stealthy. I like Metal Gear Solid, right? So um,
Definitely.
I'm I'm looking forward to this one, and I hope they nail it.
Yeah, I think they've got a hit on their hands. It looks good. So, good choice. I was thinking about it, Kyle, and I did leave one off my list that I was kind of kicking myself. Well, first being Halo, of course, but also I am looking forward to, and I'm not a big fighting game fan, but I really want that Marvel Tokon,
Oh yeah,
that fighting game that yeah, where it's just Marvel, yeah, that looks really good. Um,
yeah.
it's done by Arc System,
Okay.
which they make, I mean, immaculate fighting games. They're the kings of like
Yep.
2D fighting space. So I'm looking forward to that whenever that gets. I don't know what the release date for that is, but I'm excited for. I know it's this year, so that looks good.
I've seen lots of hype for it, but I can't remember. To be honest, I usually skip over it because it's like so spammy. It clutters up my screens and stuff. So usually I'll move past it. But what I have seen of it does look good. But I'm not too big on fighters. Like I am, and I'm not. Like I really liked Guilty Gear. I like Dead or Alive. I
I was gonna
like
say you used to whip my butt in high school on Guilty Gear. I could not beat you in
there.
Guilty Gear. That
Yeah,
was your
and I did
game.
this. I did the same thing with Dead or Alive with most people. They get really annoyed at me for doing different tricks and stuff. But I these days I'm like less into fighting and more into like story driven games
Yeah,
or
same, exact
games
same.
games where like I can um, get in there and like escape the world for a little bit, escape some
Yes,
work, and then play and have an adventure, and then come back to reality and
right.
look forward to it again the next day.
I like to get sucked into my games. I want to get sucked into a world where I'm just immersed in that character's motives and yeah, the world
Yeah.
around them, the environment, and story. Yeah. So
And that's why. So I know part of the segment we wanted to talk about is games that we've been playing. And right
yes,
now, yes, I've been playing VR because it's like it's my new toy, right? I've been loving it.
right.
I've been playing it way too much. I'm number one in the world on PSN for the Void Slayer missions on Pistol Whip, which
That
is
is
which is
nuts,
crazy.
man.
Like, yeah, for all three of them, I got number one. I'm like, dang, I guess I'd be a really good assassin. Um, but I really have been loving this one. Did not hit my radar at all until there was a demo for it. I've been playing the crap out of Digimon Story Time Stranger. I was not a Digimon fan growing up. I
Ooh.
laughed at it. I thought it was ridiculous. Oh, they're trying to spin off of Pokemon and all this. Pokemon's way better. And you know what? Like, I freaking love this game. It's so good.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe that I cannot get over why they would choose this is the main character has a voice. The main character says things like just like if you're recharging your characters or healing them and stuff, your character will say like, "Everyone, like let's go. Hey, with me," stuff like that. But
Sure.
in the story cutscenes, your character doesn't say anything. You'll select what you want them to say, and they'll mouth it, but they don't say it. And it's so distracting from the story itself that like that's the only thing I can find wrong with it. The rest of it is fantastic. It's got such a good story. The gameplay's amazing. There's quality of life things. Like if you're grinding out to level up your characters, like your Digimon, you can speed up the battle speed. You can go from 1x to 5x. You could set it to auto fight and like just grind
Oh,
it
I
out.
love
Like
that.
it's
Oh
like if you're
man.
going through a dungeon and you have to backtrack a bunch going through the dungeon, like you can just set it to fast and just get that fight over with and move on instead of having to go through that fight at 1x speed. I mean, it's been so fun. It hooked me, and that's been my like nighttime release. Except right now I've been watching Stranger Things, but um, notwithstanding Stranger Things, that's been what I've been playing the most of right now.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I don't have a lot to talk about really myself. In fact, one game I'm going to talk about, I've already completed, so technically I'm not playing it currently. But I just finished Clair Obscur
Oof.
Expedition 33, and I beat that game. It took me about 40-ish hours. It was really good. I love it. Uh, 10 out of 10 game for me. It was phenomenal. The characters, the story, the combat. I mean and the music. Boy, I could go on forever about the
Oh,
music. It's so good. It
I listen to the music outside the game. Like I never do that
oh
with other
same.
games.
Yeah, no, I the music does such a wonderful job pushing facilitating the emotion of each scene, and it makes you feel. It really does, and it's done
Yeah.
so well. And there's not a bad track in that game. There isn't. They're they're all done. They're all done so beautifully well. Very French though. I mean, not a bad thing, but it's a very French game. You can pretty much tell right off the bat.
You can feel it,
Uh,
yeah.
music
It's
which is cool, and,
great.
and that's cool. You know?
Like it helps that they went so far into that setting because like you're bought into it. Like you're bought into the story, to the environment, to the music, to the time period that they have it set in. My only thing is I still have yet to beat it. I'm
Mm,
probably about halfway through. My only thing is that once you get enough characters, the combat and like how the elements and everything play together, they're so far different than like fire, ice, wind, like the normal things that you're used to,
right.
that it became a little bit too convoluted for me. So every time I get a new character, it's like, okay, now I have to figure out how to upgrade them and how to fit them into my party and make my party strong enough to beat the next boss. And for me, that was really tricky because it's a little bit less it's a little bit less intuitive than I would like for it to be in terms
Yeah.
of like how do I make a really strong team that I actually will enjoy playing and that synergize together. If they're not synergized together, then you just really struggle in combat.
Yeah, it's kind of different, and it catches you off guard because each character has a gimmick, right? Like
Right.
they have a certain play system to them that you have to kind of learn. And when you get a new
Exactly.
character, you have to kind of learn how they play. Where you have Lune, she's a magic user, and when you use certain spells, it gives her what's called a stain. And when you do other spells that use that stain, it'll get stronger. And so forth. And I know we were talking about that one that you get. It's the last character you get. His name is Monoko, and he has his abilities. He has a wheel that spins. It spins, and then whatever it lands on, you want to use that ability because it'll become stronger.
Yeah.
Depending on what his wheel land is currently on, whether it's caster or agility or whatnot. But I just when I got him, I just decided I wasn't going to use him because I just didn't like his gimmick. So I'm like, cool. I'm just not going to use you. What is cool about Minoko is that he kind of acts like he's kind of like the blue mage, right? Like in Final Fantasy, where they learn all the enemy skills,
Oh,
you know. So it's
yeah.
cool because you basically go if you as long as you take him into combat with you, he can learn a variety of enemy skills. Um, so that's pretty neat. But I just wasn't really into his character as a whole, so I didn't use him. Um, but it was good. It was the story had a couple of really big twists that I didn't see. They were really good. The characters I adored them all. Uh, it was a cool game. My only gripe with that game, and it's my only gripe that I can think of. Otherwise, the game is damn near perfect to me. As it's severely lacking a map. Not the world map. So if you're in the overworld, there's a map. You press up, there's a map, so you can go. You know where you're going. But it needs a map in the dungeons. You need like a mini
Mm-hmm.
map, or even. I understand their need to not want to clutter your UI. They want you to kind of just see the world as it is. Great, that's cool. But give me the ability to push a button to bring up a map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
that's what I wanted because in some of those bigger dungeons, I would like lose my way, or I know for a fact I lost out on some loot and some collectibles because I would just go a certain way, then I would just exit it, and I didn't want to bother going back and try maybe getting lost again. So I just went out and completed it, didn't go back. So a
Yep.
map system would be nice.
Same.
I mean, you gotta just do that. You gotta have a map. I mean, I don't care. Just have just push a button to bring it up. I don't care. But otherwise the game is flawless. It's so good. So
Yeah.
um,
No, I loved every bit that I played of it. The like I said, the hardest thing for me was just all the different gimmicks, and it was just over my mental capacity at the time to learn them all. So when I did get Minoko and his new gimmick came up, I was just like, maybe I should take a pause from this and come back to it. So I'll definitely circle back to it, probably sooner rather than later. But
yeah,
that for me was it. I did miss the map. I thought it really needed a map. Um, I was able to get by without it and feel really immersed in the game without
yeah,
the map. Um, but I do think that a map would be really helpful for just like directional purposes, so I don't get turned around in the dungeon as easily.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm not playing. There's one other game I'm playing, which is it's an old game, but there was a remaster of this game about I don't know 5 6 years ago maybe. Probably like six, definitely 6 years ago at least. But it's Zone of the Ender's second runner, Mars.
Yes.
You've played. I know you've played both of these games. I
Mm-hmm.
think I played them at your house growing up.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, I never. So that was my only exposure to them. I never bought them. I think most people bought the first one because of the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo that came with the first game. Uh,
Yes.
that was a big selling point for the first ZOE game.
Yes, yes, it was.
Uh,
That's how I got my demo.
yeah, that's right. And I played it at your house. I remember that we played the demo, and then we were just like, oh my god, but the game was good too. I played the first one recently on my ROG Ally actually,
Oh, okay.
about a month ago. It's really the only really problem with it is it's a short game. The first one is a very short game. I think I beat that in about 4.5 hours. So
I
it's not
mean,
long.
it's a short game, but I remember specifically that game being the only game to ever give me cramps in my thumbs because of how intense it was with the combat. So yeah, it was shorter, but man, I don't know if they could have made it longer because like my fingers were just absolutely destroyed by the end of it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. But no, it was good. The length is the only complaint. Otherwise, the game is great. It's really good. The graphics were, I mean, for its time for a PS2 game, those graphics were really nice. You know.
Yeah. No, they were fantastic.
Yeah.
And the robots I remember specifically just also because of my age, but even now, they gave new meaning to the word cockpit. like just where
Oh,
the characters would load into the robots. It was like, oh, okay, so it really is a cockpit. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where
This
they
is
that's
this
where
is
they get
where you
in.
control everything. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Um.
it was great. I remember like the Anubis character too. I was just like, oh, Anubis is so cool. I've got to
Oh,
get
new.
this
Yeah,
guy.
that is a cool looking frame, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I beat that. I beat the first one, and now I'm on the second one. I'm on the PS4 remake. They had that was it's also VR compatible, which I did play on the PSVR one for a little bit, maybe an hour. I stopped, never went back to it. So,
Mhm.
but I beat the first one recently, so now I'm like, I'll play the second one. I'll play Mars,
Yeah.
without the VR this time because you don't have to play it with the VR. It's optional.
Right.
So, but man, this game, it's the graphics have. I mean, part of it's the remaster, but man, the graphics have really aged beautifully. I mean, it is such a good looking game. Um, and they've really refined the combat. The combat just feels better to control. You move quicker. Your frame is more responsive. You know, the weapons feel more substantial. The sub weapons feel like there's better purpose for them. So far, the story seems like it's going in a really cool way, a cool
Hmm.
direction, I should say.
Okay.
So yeah, no, that's what I'm playing right now. I'm gonna try and beat that here, hopefully within the next couple days. That way, when we talk next time, I can maybe have some new games to talk about. But that's
Hey,
all I've been
awesome.
playing.
I actually have that one installed on my PlayStation right now.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. Um, I played a little bit of it and then I forget what happened, but I was like, oh, I'll get back to it after I beat this other game. And then I've got, of course, that problem where I don't beat games. So it's on my hard drive, and
Yeah.
I definitely want to play it. It's a lot of fun.
I will say, okay, I forgot to bring this up, but the first Zone of the Enders, there is an issue that I had with the game too, is that you have an overworld and you would go through an area and you'd be like, okay, well, what else do I do here? Or it says do this. It'll give you an objective and you're like, well, what do I do? I've scoured the map. Well, what it doesn't tell you is that you need to leave the area and go
Mm,
to a different area, and maybe you'll find what you're looking for in that. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
if the game does tell you, I just never saw it. I shouldn't say it doesn't tell you because I just never found it if it does. But you have to do that a lot in that game. You have to backtrack to a different area. So if you're stuck, the chances are it's not in the area that you're looking for. You got to look in a different area,
yeah.
and that became a little bit of a point of frustration for me. So, but I've heard in this second runner game there isn't an overworld map. You just go from objective to objective, from place to place. So it's a little bit more streamlined in that sense. So that
Okay,
shouldn't be an issue. So that's good. I'm looking forward to
like
that. I'm looking forward to
awesome.
playing it and beating it. So
You have to let me know.
I will. I will. Well, cool. Well, guys, I think this is going to probably wrap it up for us. This was great. I think this is a good episode, Kyle.
Yeah, no, this has been great. Thanks for having me.
Of
Thanks for
course, man.
encouraging me to jump on here and finally just take the dive. This has been a lot of fun.
We had to definitely encourage each other. I think we had to a lot of texting back and forth, but we finally made it happen, and I'm glad we did. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep doing it. I don't know if we're gonna do weekly, bi-weekly, but we'll decide on a schedule that we'll stick to, and we'll just keep going from there. So cool. Well, guys, thank you for joining us wherever you're listening from. I thank you. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next show. All right.
Awesome. Hey,
You
thanks
guys take
everyone. Let
care.
us know in the comments if there's some things that you want us to talk about or some things that you'd like to hear. This is all new for us, so
Yep.
we're open to feedback and how we can improve.
Any and all suggestions are welcome. Absolutely. All right, Kyle. You have a good night, buddy. Good seeing
All
you.
right, thanks, man. Take
Yep.
care.
Bye, guys.